10 rivalry has been reignited in an NBA Cup group that's filled with Titans, West Group C that is, the Houston Rockets, and the San Antonio Spurs look to make their statements. They're playing their first games of NBA Cup play tonight. The Spurs looking to use this momentum to make the playoffs for the first time since 2019, while the Rockets are seeking similar success to last year's run that saw them go to the semifinals of the NBA Cup and snap a 15-game losing streak against the Golden State Warriors. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava. Welcome to the Alamo City, where it's the first of 4 meetings between these two Southwest Division rivals. The Spurs won their first 5 games, but lost consecutive games, both on the road against the Phoenix Suns and Los Angeles Lakers. Julian Champagnie had a chance to tie the game against the Lakers in the final second after getting fouled, but missed the first free throw, intentionally missed the second one in the hopes that somebody would tip it in to send it to overtime. Keldon Johnson got the tip, but missed it. It bounced away at the buzzer. Meanwhile, the Rockets have won 5 straight games after starting the season with a pair of losses to the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder in 2 overtimes and the Detroit Pistons in regulation. Houston rolls into San Antonio for the second of a 3-game road trip after a 124-109 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Amen Thompson scored a season-high 28 points with 10 rebounds, and Alperen Sengun added 20 points and 16 boards. Houston's defeated their last 5 opponents by an average margin of victory of 19.2 points and lead the NBA in scoring at 124.7 points per game, in rebounding at 50 per contest, and 3-point shooting percentage at 42.7%. San Antonio has injury woes to start the year, and it continues here as they will be without Dylan Harper. They lost him to a strained left calf. They already are missing De'Aaron Fox to a hamstring injury. He has yet to make his season debut. Luke Cornett is out with a wrist injury. And amid those injuries are Jeremy Sohan and Kelly Olynyk, who entered listed as questionable entering this game. Steven Adams will be available. As for Olynyk and Sohan, they both will be available, but they're playing through the pain. The listed injuries for the Rockets included Dorian Finney-Smith, yet to make his season debut. He has missed the first 7 games to an ankle injury. Adams is ready and available to play. But even though the Rockets are without Fred VanVleet for the entire season, they have operated without a true point guard, but they're doing it seamlessly. And this game is the start for another road for the Rockets in the NBA Cup. There were several moments last year when they announced that they were done being bad. The first was in their Cup group, winning at Minnesota and sweating out the results on the final day because the Sacramento Kings made 15 straight shots. But they were able to get a home game in the knockout stages, which allowed them to finally knock off the Warriors for the first time in 4 years. Even when losing to the Thunder, that was a big moment for Houston and the young players who had not played in meaningful games during their early NBA careers. Which leads to this spot. If there's a team that could mimic the success of last year's Rockets, it's the Spurs. Houston doesn't have Victor Wembanyama or Stephon Castle, but one interesting note will be to see how the Rockets defend Wembanyama. Ime Udoka's go-to last season was to put Dylan Brooks on him to try and keep him outside the lane while letting the big men patrol the paint. Does he go with something similar with Josh Okogie? Does he put Jabari Smith Jr. on him? Or will he have Alperen Sengun try and stay connected to him? Offensively, it's no coincidence that Houston's hit their stride as Thompson's taking off of what could be a breakout season. His contributions are showing up all over the box score, but his scoring has been the most eye-popping stat. He's shot at least 50% from the field in his last 5 contests, and Udoka hasn't been shy about loading up the minutes for him. His ability to get out in transition is a huge plus. The trio of Thompson, Sengun, and Kevin Durant have been rolling, and they've been operating without a true point guard, as noted before. Missed the season-ending injury to Fred VanVleet, torn ACL that is. They have the bodies to make things tough for Wembanyama in the paint, and they clean up the offensive side of the glass better than anyone else in the league. Speaking of Wembanyama, he's hyped up as the next face of the league averaging 25.6 points and 12.9 rebounds per game. He is soon to take that from Stephen Curry or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It was a very disappointing trip to the West Coast for the Spurs, but now they head back home at Frostbank Center. Even when they started the year with 5 straight wins, these last 2 losses are a reminder that any breakout team like them will go through growing pains on their quest to make a statement. Facing off against their in-state rival on the other side of I-10 is a huge challenge, but one they need to get through if they were to progress through the season. If they are what the talking heads think they're becoming, they are ready for a fight. Wembanyama had an electric start to the season in his first 5 games. He averaged 30.2 points per game, 14.6 rebounds per game, and 4.8 blocks per game. But the last 2 games were a stark reminder that everyone, including him, is human. He struggled with his shot in the last 2 games, has found himself in foul trouble, and is turning over the ball very frequently. The Spurs have built a good team around him, but they need him to be better offensively if they want to consistently win games this year. A repeat of games against the Suns and Lakers will most certainly not cut it when he scored 9 and 19 points respectively. Jeremy Sohan made his season debut against the Lakers, and he looked solid offensively with an efficient 16 points on 6 of 7 shooting from the field. However, he lasted all 22 minutes on the court because he fouled out. He already had to deal with the challenge regarding Luka Doncic, but now he's to face off against Durant, who has vastly improved the Rockets' half-court offense, which was a point of emphasis after last year where offensive drives stalled out. And Durant doesn't have to be the best scorer on the Rockets every night. That is despite him averaging a team-leading 24 points per game. His Houston Rockets team is loaded between him, Şengün, Thompson, Jabari Smith, and Tari Eason. Though on the other side, the Spurs, they counter with Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, Sohan, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Harrison Barnes are all averaging double figures. Don't forget about Joanne Champagnie, who is elevated up to the starting 5. And by the way, speaking of the starting 5, we begin with the visiting Rockets. At the 1 is Amen Thompson. At the 2 is Josh Okogie. Kevin Durant starting at the 3, Jabari Smith Jr. at the 4, and Alperen Şengün at the 5. Coming off the bench are Reed Sheppard, Aaron Holiday, Tari Eason, Quint Capella, and Steven Adams. For the Spurs, their starting 5 is like this. Stephon Castle at the 1, Joanne Champagnie at the 2, Devin Vassell at the 3, Harrison Barnes at the 4, and Victor Wembanyama at the 5. Off the bench are Jordan McLaughlin, Lindy Waters III, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, and Kelly Olynyk. The head coaches are Ime Udoka for the Rockets and Mitch Johnson for the Spurs. Johnson, the second-year head coach, he took the role of head coach from Greg Popovich, who has stepped away last year to focus on his health. He did not return as the Spurs head coach this season. And there was speculation if he was going to retire as the Spurs head coach. We'll have the opening tip-off next. Come back to you soon here. I'm Alec Nava. Stay tuned. San Antonio, home to one of the greatest NBA franchises of all time. They have won 5 championships in 99, 03, 05, 07, and 14. They have seen several different eras. David Robinson, Tim Duncan and company, and now this new one led by Victor Wembanyama. On the other side are the Houston Rockets. Have saw through the success of Hakeem Olajuwon, the rise of James Harden, the trials and tribulations of Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming, and now the Ime Udoka era led by Alperen Şengün. The Spurs starting 5 got introduced, and we're getting set to go here at the Frost Bank Center. Our referees are Tony Brothers, Justin Van Dyne, and Brandon Adair. Alec Nava here with you on the play-by-play, and we're looking at a generational talent going up against one of the most well-coached teams in the association. And Amen Thompson, whose defense has been a big storyline ever since he first stepped onto the court, has been integral for the Rockets' success. Defense has been the tail of the tape for them throughout last season and this season, along with second chance points. There's no team in the league that rebounds better than they do. They average 50 rebounds per game. The Spurs have risen up to be one of the better defensive teams in the league. These two squads are top 6 in defensive rating. Though the Rockets, they have the best offense in the league, averaging 124.7 points per game. We'll see how this all stacks up if Wembanyama is going to have a rebound game and go back now how he was in the first 5 games of the year. Mitch Johnson, his first year as the Spurs head coach full-time, plus 9.5 net rating on the season, which ranks 4th in the NBA. Udoka has a 97-73 career record, reaching the NBA Finals in 2022 in his lone year with the Boston Celtics. But now he's on the Houston Rockets, coaching this team to new heights. This was a rebuilding squad, and now they're eyeing championship levels. Now they have Kevin Durant. And here we go, as Wembanyama wins the opening tip-off. They'll start with the possession. Castle as the point guard, going in for the injured Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox. Castle to the right corner for Champagnie. Amelia Free that rimmed out. Rebounds tipped up. Lands onto the arms of Smith. Amen Thompson leads the way. He sets up at half court. Kevin Durant trying to get open. He finds him. Durant. Where does KD go to? He'll shift right. One-on-one Wembanyama. Finds an open Şengün to a cutting Thompson. From the left. Moves inside. Spins. And here's Şengün. Open free. Airballed it. And Okogie cannot get a shot. First shot clock violation of this game. And a win over the Warriors in the NBA Cup quarterfinals last year. The Rockets forced 6 of those. John and I are on the call for that game. To the right is Castle. As he lays one up, he is fouled. He will go to the free throw line. A very late whistle on the sequence. And Şengün is wondering, how late was that whistle? Wondering where the foul was. And no De'Aaron Fox, no Dylan Harper. That means more pressure on Castle to fill in as the point guard of the Spurs for this time being. His first shot rimmed out. Do remember that Julian Champagnie missed the first free throw in the last game for the Spurs. In that closing sequence right after Marcus Smart got caught with an inbound violation. It's Castle's second shot, and it rolls in after several seconds. So the first point goes to the Spurs. Here's Thompson going to Şengün. They go to work with KD. KD finds Şengün. The hook falls. The Rockets get on the board. It's 2-1 early. Castle going to Champagnie. Şengün staying with Champagnie. The switch onto the left corner. Barnes, 1-on-1. It's tipped by Thompson. It sails out of bounds. Kevin Durant able to get the pick and roll going with Şengün. And he's averaging under 2 assists this season, which will be the lowest output of his career as Vassell just gets us in for Wembanyama. But Durant doesn't have to be the focal point of this offensive drive, and Wemby uses the force. He embarrasses one of the best defenders in the NBA. With that strength and that size, what are you to do? Durant from mid-range. Can't finish this. It's in and out. Wembanyama the rebound. On the right is Castle on the mid-range. Too strong on that one, and the rebound goes to Şengün. Up the far side of the court. Şengün wants to find Smith. Okogie wants to get open. He does. Okogie forced to the outside. Back to Şengün. Fakes the free. Now he moves inside. Kicked it out. Thompson. Open free for him. Bank shot. Not known for shooting frees, but that time Thompson gets the job done for the second made basket for the Rockets. Castle. Wembanyama. Poked away. Okogie picks it up, and he'll go down easy street. This is the strategy against Wembanyama. You want to get smaller guys on so that the quickness of those smaller guys can take away that space. When you get and a big guy, he's not fast enough, but you get the risk of using the smaller guys. They're quicker enough to get him. Castle with 10. Blowing by Okogie. Stephon Castle can't lay this one up. Rebound to Şengün, and here's Thompson. Will drop back over to KD. Stephon Castle, or rather Devin Vassell, it draws the foul, gets the foul called against him as he was defending KD, but what a poke by Okogie. But this is a strategy. You get the smaller guys up against Wembanyama to try to disrupt the flow that Wemby provides. 126.1 offensive rating for the Rockets. Third best in the NBA. As Durant's going to shoot 2. The first shot is good. Fans booing here. They know that Durant has tormented the Spurs in previous years. It was part of that Warrior dynasty in which he won 2 rings with. And the year before he arrived, he won a series against them. He sinks the second one. And the Spurs are going to go to work. It was a 6-game victory, which was the last playoff series of Tim Duncan's career. On the left wing, Champagnie missed a free. As it rimmed out, Smith the rebound. Jabari Smith Jr. quickly onto the left side. Back turn towards Champagnie. Kicked out for Durant. He feeds it back over to Smith. Smith on tight coverage. Can't finish. Rebound to San Antonio. It's Champagnie. Stephon Castle, 1-on-1 with Amen Thompson. He'll deliver it left and then back from Champagnie. Wembanyama trying to get open. Okogie all over him. On the right wing, Vassell, a free. That bounced out. Wembanyama trying to secure the rebound, which he does. Durant's on him. He is doubled. Left corner. Barnes finishes. Wembanyama, the offensive board. Barnes, the icing on the cake on that sequence. We are nearing 4 minutes in to the opening act. Thompson going to Şengün. And this Rockets team operates at one of the slowest paces in the association. Şengün back turn towards Wembanyama. Kicked out left corner. Okogie. Yes, sir. Josh Okogie. He's a walking bucket right now. Taking on the Dillon Brooks role. He can play at the 2 or the 3. And it's Wembanyama. 1-on-1 Şengün. Oh, he got poked on the eye. That's going to be Rockets ball now. As Wembanyama, who's ran himself into foul trouble. Ooh, it looked like an elbow to the face, actually. Not a poke to the eye. As Wembanyama gets his first foul against him. Not what San Antonio needs. 12-6 Rockets lead. 7:33 left first quarter. Durant, right by Vassell. Kicked out, it's poked up. Champagnie takes it away. And now back up the far side's Barnes. Wembanyama, he will look. 1-on-1 Şengün. Thompson joins him. Barnes to Castle and now Vassell. Champagnie saves it. Vassell a free. And he is fouled. Oh, he made it! A chance for a 4-point play! Devin Vassell somehow gets it done. A simple pass from Julian Champagnie to set this one up. to Devin Vassell as he knocked it down. He can't finish it. And the rebound go to Okogie. So those free throw shooting woes continue for San Antonio. Another whistle. And a practice free made by Şengün. And here's some substitutions here for the first time as Keldon Johnson, San Antonio's sixth man, comes off the bench alongside Jeremy Sochan. Champagny and Vassell will sub out so that Johnson and Sochan come in. Barnes defends the inbound. Durant looking. He'll go far side for Smith at the Frostbank Center logo. Smith to Şengün. Şengün back turn towards Sochan. Şengün spins, puts one up. Can't finish it, but the second effort it does. From Smith. 14-9. Here's Castle going inside and losing control was Vassell. He's trying to argue that he got fouled. San Antonio is thinking about challenging this. But 6:47 to play. Will return in a moment with the Rockets up top 14-9. As we're back here at San Antonio with the Rockets up, it's an out-of-bounds turnover for Stephon Castle, which I thought that he was contesting. I thought that he was fouled on the play, and that's how much that we were figuring things out. But no, it is not a challenge for the Spurs. And this one bumped up, but still controlled by Smith on the other way. So it remains a turnover by Castle. Durant from mid-range on Barnes. They were not teammates with Golden State as that was missed. Barnes left after the 2016 season, paving the way for Durant to join. Okogie almost poked that one away from Barnes. He'll set up from the San Antonio logo. Setting the screen is Sohan, and he pushed Okogie. That is an illegal screen, and the second offensive foul for the Spurs. Boneheaded fouls you cannot do at this moment. That's twice now in which the Spurs have turned over the ball on a bad offensive foul. First was the elbow to Şengün, and then the illegal screen from Sohan. Şengün turns around, trying to bulldoze his way through. Can't finish it. Thompson lost it, and it goes out of bounds. Trying to fight for the rebound. It's not a lot of contact from Sohan. As Okogie tried to get this one through. Steven Adams and Tari Eason set to check in on the next whistle. Halfway mark of the first quarter, Vassell looks to Barnes and finds him. Durant switches on to Castle. Sohan turns. He'll move inside. Sohan to the paint. Gonna look through. Johnson, the reverse layup. The finish. Nice find from Sohan to find the cutting Johnson as he makes his way over to the basket. Thompson looks to Smith. Trying to find Thompson but can't. Durant this time. KD. He'll shoot it, but not finish it. It rimmed out. And a rebound going to San Antonio. It's Vassell wide open. That's short. Johnson grabs the rebound. Barnes on the right corner. He's 2 for 2. His second free of this game. Rockets operating with a fast pace this time. Usually they like to take things slow. Tied at 14 as KD immediately pulls up. Yes, sir. The hezzy fade. What he's famous for. Even at 37 years old, he can still do that. On the right wing, Barnes, he'll try again. And finish again. He didn't need to go to a corner this time. He just needed to get this to the wing. And the Spurs lead at 17-16. Up the middle, it is Thompson. Amon Thompson, the sauce. He'll look again. Thompson going back. It's a travel. One too many steps. Amon Thompson charged with a turnover, this time on a travel. A simple play from Keldon Johnson to find Harrison Barnes on the spin route. Mitch Johnson has used Sohan as a point guard at times, though he typically is listed as a power forward. Castle is the listed point guard for this game. Castle to the left. Now moving inside is Johnson. And he finishes a tough bucket. Keldon Johnson with 4 points off the bench. Left wing is Eason as he checks into the game alongside Adams, and Durant is fouled. A push called against San Antonio. 4:06 to go in the first quarter. And Reed Sheppard checks into the game in the place of Okogie. Sheppard, the second-year guard out of Kentucky, wanting to make his stamp on this game. He gets the rock. Sheppard will look to KD. The hook and ladder, the lob, and a missed dunk from Adams. Former teammates with the OKC Thunder, and now they're back together as Rockets. A slip up, and here's Sohan wide open. Too short there. Offensive rebound, Johnson. He's got another one. Keldon Johnson up to 6 points off the bench. Timeout Rockets. A big strength for them right off the bench. We'll be back. Coming back onto this game, and before we get back, just saying our condolences to the Vezina family. Alex Vezina stepped away from the Dodgers to take care of a personal matter, but that personal matter was revealed to be his daughter. Unfortunately, she passed away, and we're wishing him well. And it's hard moving on from one thing to the next, but we had to get back onto this game now. 8-7 the rebounds for the Spurs here this early into the game. Kevin Durant with Steven Adams near the paint. Has 1 foot there as Durant will fade away. A little too far as it bounced short. Champagny the rebound up to Castle. Stephon Castle looks. Gets the screen. Castle to alley-oop. Sochan can't finish it and he loses it. Met just by the rim. Wembanyama and Lindy Waters come back in. Waters sees his first action. He was on the Warriors last year for a split moment. Tari Eason now, right off the bench. He looks up near side. Eason puts his back on and then spins around. But staying with him is Johnson. Eason still has no room. Durant. Oh, that one left. He could not keep this in, and Durant's woes continue in this game, and the frustration is mounting up for the Rockets. Ime Udoka clearly upset. Like, what are we doing? Waters one-on-one with Shepherd. The screen from Barnes. Shepherd staying with him. And open is Barnes. His first missed free of this game. Eason, far side. Moving over to Shepherd as Olynyk is looking to check into this game. Up the far side, Shepherd. He'll pull up. He delivers. Reed, Shepherd. Right off the bench and making the mark. Moving up far side, now near side is Sochan. Taking it right onto Adams as he exits out the paint. Sochan kicks it out all the way to the logo. Moved up to Wembanyama. Wembanyama trying to find someone around. Does. Sochan boxed out, trying to get something. And he looked like he was fouled, but no whistle was called. Amen Thompson. With Waters on him. Thompson, a little too far. The tip falls right onto Barnes. Now San Antonio with a chance to counter. Waters almost lost it twice. Or rather, that was Johnson. Wembanyama gets out for Şengün. Now onto him is Eason. Wembanyama a long free. That's off the mark, but an offensive rebound going to Sochan. Waters keeping the pace. Barnes, Wembanyama. Ball fake. Now he'll try again. Cannot hit another one. That's twice now in which he's missed out on frees. He's not typically a three-point shooter. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter in this highly defensive game. Şengün with help. Şengün almost had it knocked away from him, but keeps it. Şengün fouled as he was going inside the arc. With 4.5 to shoot, 1:16 left in the opening quarter. He got doubled up, and it almost was knocked away from him by Wembanyama. But he managed to keep this one as he kept his footing. Keldon Johnson, who's made an impact off the bench, scored 6 points between timeouts. Thompson looks to inbound, gets it to Şengün. Shot clock is reset. 10 seconds to shoot. Şengün on Wemby. Şengün powering, laying it in. When you think strength, you think Wembanyama, but Şengün is just as effective. Ball knocked away. Tari Eason down Main Street. He goes upstairs to the penthouse. And the defense of the Rockets strikes again. Olynyk, the one-time Rocket, looks up far side onto the paint, looking for a lane. Nice move for the finish. Olynyk. A little bit of mini revenge. Right wing Thompson, Şengün, open free. Short, Waters the rebound. Lindy Waters the third, moving up. Thompson trying to blow the play up. Johnson, Euros, rejected. And here's Thompson right off the Şengün block. 2 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Amen Thompson taking his time with this one, operating at a slower pace. That's what the Rockets are comfortable with. Thompson, Şengün, kicks it out right corner. Here's Eason. Yes, sir! 25-23. Spurs have the last shot. 3 seconds. Waters. Foul is called with 3.3. That was Waters moving up the far side as Eason knocked that away from the San Antonio ball handler and got this down easy street. Şengün with the physicality right on Wembanyama. That is old school bully ball from Şengün. Wembanyama has just 2 points compared to 3 turnovers. Şengün is sitting on the bench for this sequence. Smith defending the inbound. Olynyk to look for an option. It's Waters with 2 seconds. 1 second. Has to get one off. And airballed it. He thought he was hit on the arm. And that ends the first quarter. The Rockets lead 25-23. And it's spearheaded by none other than Alperen Şengün. And the new Spurs look so far so good. Second quarter is next. On to the second quarter. 12 minutes already done with. Şengün and Thompson having played 10 of those minutes. Barnes has played 11. He assumes he's going to get a well-earned rest. So far, Josh Okogie with 5 points. Tari Eason, 2 has 5. Barnes with 9 points, all on 3-pointers. Keldon Johnson has 6. The 2 leaders right off the bench. Johnson coming off the bench. Barnes on the starting 5. Spurs fans all rise up to their feet as this era really going through smoothly onto year number 3 of Wembanyama. Last year was plagued by injuries. And this year for the Rockets being a make or break year to see if they can take that next step, to see if they are truly contenders. The Rockets have the first possession of the second quarter. Right around to the left wing, it is Thompson from Shepherd. Amen Thompson on the right wing. He'll look. Shepherd has it. Screen from Capella. Shepherd, a free. Too far. Wembanyama. Who else for the rebound? On the right, it is Jordan McLaughlin, the backup point guard. He'll look to Waters. A free on the way. Is knocked down. Lindy Waters, learning from the three-point shot he took lessons at Golden State from. Şengün. He'll look at the right for Eason, and then he'll get it back. Alperen Şengün playing at power forward because Clint Capella is out there. Second go-around with the Rockets. Şengün looking to turn. And he gets by Wembanyama. Holy! Patience. As he is overpowering Wembanyama at every turn. McLaughlin to the left. Now back from Johnson. Johnson gets it back. Thompson on him. Johnson patiently rejected. And it looked like McLaughlin touched it last. But what patience from Şengün as he's able to outmaneuver and out-hustle and out-muscle Wemby. 27-26, the Rockets lead it. As Şengün fakes the free on Wemby, he'll look back for Thompson. Thompson an open free. He missed that one. And once again, we have to note about his lack of three-point shooting. Wembanyama. Tari Eason draws him. Now moving over. Oh, too hot to handle on the pass for Waters. And a little too high for him as Johnson threw a bullet. But that was overthrown. On the other way, it is Thompson. It's a pick and roll from what it looks. Reed Shepherd kicked it out. Şengün, left corner. Cannot hit it, but this rebound comes back to Capella. Şengün, he'll defer this time. Oh, that was not a good pass. But it was not ruled a backcourt violation. With free is Shepherd. All the way across. Thompson has to get it off quickly. He got it! A free from Thompson. And that was in tighter coverage compared to the wide open look that he had on the previous possession. McLaughlin finds a cutting man. Capella there. Olynyk. Wembanyama. McLaughlin. He'll speed up and lay this one in. Down the lane, Jordan McLaughlin filling in for Dylan Harper. Şengün, of course he's going to draw Wemby. That one deflected by Wembanyama. He'll stay with the Rockets. Daley Freeman is gone. But it's a mix of Rockets fans and Spurs fans. But primarily Spurs fans. David Robinson in attendance for this game. Of course, the Admiral, a Spurs icon. Think back to the Twin Tower years with him and Tim Duncan. The officials have stopped the game because a drink spilled onto the court, so they're going to clean that up. But in terms of intrigue, this looks like a 17-towel job. In the meantime, it is 59-51 Magic over the Celtics at halftime. Cavaliers lead the Wizards 76-59. So that's to update you in NBA Cup play just as this game is going on. Thompson's going to inbound, Castle to defend. Just as Wembanyama was tying up his shoes. Getting open is Eason. Thompson finds him and gets the pass back. Amen Thompson will hand off for Şengün. Will not shoot it. Shepherd Euros and fades. Floats one in. Reed Shepherd in year 2. Looking like he is taking the next step and intent on doing so. McLaughlin moves up to the free throw line. Now Vassell free. Short. Rebound to Şengün. Up the far side, it is Amen. Thompson drives. Şengün to give back. Capella. Şengün. That was rejected by Vassell on the pass to the right corner, but it floats out of bounds. Devin Vassell was looking to steal that one, didn't get a good hand on that. Jabari Smith Jr. and Kevin Durant return. Şengün leaving the floor. Durant to inbound. It is KD, Smith, Shepherd, Eason, and Capella on the court. Shepherd will hand off to KD. Durant moves up on the right side. And that was slapped away from behind. McLaughlin, long pass to the left wing. Airballed. A bad miss on the free for San Antonio. Smith surveying for the left side. He gets tripped up. He tries to force that one. But he lost his footing. Here is Vassell on the inside. Euros. Oh my goodness. And the miscues on the finishing continue for the Spurs. That gets out of bounds. But we're seeing a lot of missed shots between these two. Castle to send this one in. Looks to Wemby. Immediately goes back to Castle. Fouled. He'll shoot two. Wembanyama recognized that the man who sent it to him is going to get open immediately, and that was the case. Şengün and Thompson on the bench for this sequence. They're taking a breather. Castle shooting two as he was looking to lay this one in. Castle's first shot, good. He was a Rookie of the Year last year after winning a national championship with the UConn Huskies under Dan Hurley. And when De'Aaron Fox comes back and Dylan Harper as well, how does that change this lineup? It's a big question. Second shot's good. It's 32-30 Rockets now. Shepherd going by the far side. He'll stop at the logo, go to Capella. Smith at his left locates him. Wembanyama watching him. KD, one-on-one with Castle. KD, with his back turned, floats one up and good. That's the Durant we're used to. Left side, Castle has it knocked away. 2-on-1 back. Shepherd, long free. Yes, sir! Reed Shepherd. The Rockets are taking off with this stingy defense. San Antonio takes their timeout. Way out in front of the play. Shepherd knocking down a long one. And we will be back. Houston has been all over the court with their defense. And already, Reed Sheppard seeing his emergence in his second year in the NBA, coming right off the bench, being trusted at that role by the Rockets. And meanwhile, Nikola Jokic with 5 triple-doubles in 7 games to start off the year. With the Denver Nuggets, he is up against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Moving up on the Spurs right after their second timeout. On the other way, they're going quicker. It's McLaughlin from mid-range. Airball badly. That's the second airball for the Spurs. Wembanyama still out there. And they're shooting just 35%, San Antonio. Reed Sheppard has the screen. Sheppard will try again. Rimmed out. Capello with one hand grabs it. Sheppard will try again. Sharpshooter! Reed Sheppard gets the Rockets up to double digits. But as everyone knows, no lead is safe. We've seen several 20-point leads blown here early in this NBA season. Vassell to McLaughlin. He answers. Jordan McLaughlin says to Reed Sheppard, I can do that too. Jabari Smith, he'll move up for the near side and survey on the left hash. He'll spin and turn. That wasn't a good one. Good defense by Spurs. Capella fakes it. Eason drives too far. And the Rockets have an air ball of their own. Eason to an open KD for free. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Kevin Durant says, don't forget about me. On the left, and Durant. Ooh, a body bump. Julian Champagnie got sent down onto the floor. And Durant is disagreeing with the foul call. But as Eason airballed it, the Rockets grabbed the offensive rebound. They were one of the best teams at second chance points last year. And KD says, I got your back. 14.4 offensive rebounds per game, 20.7 second chance points per game, 4th and 1st respectively in the association. Vassell, no switch. Vassell now has the double. Durant switching onto the left, kicked out right corner, Sohan. Sohan surveys, has to get it off quickly. He never got a shot away. He lost track of the shot clock, and that led to the 24-second violation. Halfway through the second quarter, Capella's going to sub out. And is Okogie going to come out too, or is he going to stay? That's the question. Steven Adams returns to the floor. 8 turnovers already committed by the Spurs as Sheppard goes to KD. Adams to screen. The former Thunder teammates connect. Here's Okogie. Fakes the free. Now moves inside. KD moving inside. Through triple coverage. Cannot connect there. Short. He'll go to Sohan. Fast pace down the near side of the line. Sohan, he'll deliver to an open Champagnie. Right wing free. Steps back in and connects it. Another fast break point. Rejected at the rim. San Antonio trying to go quickly again. Sheppard trying to blow things up on Sohan. Sohan gets it up and Sheppard steals it. Sheppard going to Okogie down Main Street. Another defense to offense takeaway by H-Town, and Sheppard rewarding the faith from Rafael Stone. Vassell. The Rockets pressuring the Spurs here on all angles. More whistles fly. And free throws here for San Antonio as Sohan overhandled himself and had it knocked away and poked by Sheppard, which allowed Okogie to get to the rim and knock it down. 7 fast break points already for Houston as Vassell is going to shoot the free throw and knock it down. He cuts into the Rockets' lead. It's a technical foul for defensive 3 seconds. Stephon Castle gets back in. Keldon Johnson subs out. San Antonio will keep possession because of the technical foul. Wemby on the bench. Inbound to Sohan. Now Castle. Castle surveys going to Sohan. Left wing free for him. Too strong there. Smith the rebound. Durant leads the charge. as he's positioned over the left wing. 38% three-point shooting for the Spurs, 58% three-point shooting for the Rockets. Okogie doesn't try one. He'll go inside, draw the foul. He did a good job at putting the ball right in position, and that he was in close proximity. He draws contact and plays by the rules. More free throws coming here. The first free throws for the Rockets all quarter. First shot is good. The Rockets and Spurs average more than 20 free throw attempts per game. More than 30 free throw attempts per game. And they make more than 20 of them. The Spurs have been a much different team with and without Wembanyama. The team rides through him. Second shot is good. The lead is back up to 10. 47-37 with less than 4:30 to go in the second, and Wemby is back. Castle weaves by, right corner, Champagnie. Double rimmed out, and a rebound poked away by Castle, floats out of bounds. It'll still be Rockets ball. Champagnie going back on defense. Thompson's back out there. We still have not seen Şengün here in a while. We've seen Adams and KD together. KD gets away from his defender Barnes. Durant through double coverage. And it rolls out. Adams trying to get the rebound. He gets denied of it. Castle picks up the loose ball with less than 4 minutes and a half. Wemby will try a free. Missed it. KD will start up for Thompson. One of the best defenders in the NBA, and he's just in year 3. Knocked out onto the right, where Smith keeping it for KD. Durant. Smith gets open. To the paint. Smith from mid-range. He is fouled. A bad foul from the Spurs will send Smith to the free throw line, and he is Houston's best free throw shooter, converting 92.3% of them. 3:35 to play in this its first half. Fans trying to distract him. As his first shot, he's not deterred by the noise. The lead further expands, and the shooting woes continue for San Antonio on the night. The Spurs need Wembanyama to turn it on. He's been hitting a rut in the last 2 games. 9 and 19 points against the Suns and Lakers respectively. How much will he finish tonight? Smith's second shot. That's too far. A rare miss from Smith on free throws. A great start for the Rockets. They were 0-2 to start. They've won 5 straight. Castle fakes the pass. He'll go to the left now. Barnes on the Euro. Rolls it in. Harrison Barnes, who now has 11 points after hitting 3 threes in the first quarter. Şengün's back. He has the ball. The screen from KD. He'll get the switch. Durant receives the lob. KD on the high step. Left corner. Smith steps back. Blocked by Wembanyama. There was contact on the play. It'll go to San Antonio. 2:58 to go in the quarter. We'll step away. The NBA on Prime Video studio, we're talking about getting guys around Wembanyama, double teams, and putting smaller guys on him. Ime Udoka has used a variety of methods to slow down his scoring, and so far it has been working. For Wembanyama, he has just 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers. The 2 points are the worst that he's had thus far on this pace. 2:49 to go in the second quarter. Wembanyama's been largely a non-factor on the night. It's been mostly Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson, and Jordan McLaughlin. Barnes was the only one doing anything of note among the starting 5. 11 assists for the Spurs, however. But they trail at 48-39. Barnes is the one inbounding. He gets to the castle. Right out the timeout. Wembanyama wants to get a turn things on. Adams on him. The ball knocked over to the left corner. Barnes open. He'll try again. Too far that time. Thompson gets the rebound. And he'll lead the way up the middle. Amen Thompson to Alperen Sengun. Double big here between Sengun and Adams. Sengun going to Thompson. And the layup swatted away by Wembanyama, but a foul is called. The foul was not on Wembanyama, it was on Johnson of the cut, and Thompson is down. Johnson is called for the personal foul. It was not a shooting foul. Wembanyama swatted away. A nice cut by Thompson to go around Johnson. Wembanyama there was steadily anticipating it. A mean block. Thompson shooting 2, and free throws have been a problem for him throughout his career. First shot is good. He got hit in the head, actually, but he's all right. 67.6% free throw shooting rate for Thompson. Now his second one. He got both. Area of emphasis for Thompson and the Rockets being the free throw line. Less than 2:20 to go here on the half, as the Spurs want to get something, anything from Wemby. He has their ball now. Only one-on-one with Adams. Doubled up. Now on for Castle. Gets knocked around for a bit, but kept by Johnson. A free on the way. Bounced up and out. The second effort doesn't go. And the rebound will go out of bounds. Last touch by Sengun. He wants a review. The ball goes to San Antonio for the moment. It is out of bounds off Houston. Ime Udoka is not challenging. Wembanyama catch and shoot. He got it. Just his second bucket of this game. He's up to 4 points. 1:48 to go on the quarter as Thompson slowing the pace. Thompson lobs one up for Sengun, who is doubled. Adams pickpocketed by Johnson. He was on the baseline. So it's a 3-second violation count. Shoots this one over the top of his defender. That height advantage paying massive dividends. KD gets the lob. Shot clock reset all the way to 24. Durant draws a double. Now goes on the back over to Thompson. A dangerous pass. It's knocked away by Vassell. Vassell a race for the basket. He is fouled. He tried to finger roll this one. A great steal by Vassell to read the play. Both these teams are struggling to take care of the ball. Vassell 1 for 6 shooting, 1 for 4 on threes. Having a chance to shoot 2 and get his totals up to 5 points. The first shot, good. But do remember, we have the halftime report coming up next. right after this. But the Spurs, they need to be more careful taking care of the ball. Turnovers cannot be done anymore. 50-42, Houston leads it. They're on the road. Second shot is good. 88 seconds left in the second quarter as the Rockets are getting back up the pace. Amen Thompson wants to lob it, cannot. Looking for options, finds Şengün. A whistle here. A foul away from the ball, and it'll go to the Spurs. 9 turnovers now for the Rockets. It's Kevin Durant, the offensive foul. His third. But this game already, he is facing foul trouble. He wants to get the ball, but fouls like that cannot be made at any point. Tari Eason comes back into the game. San Antonio have a chance to make Houston pay. Castle at the logo. Spurs have turned over the ball 10 times in this first half. Castle now drives inside. He gets knocked away and lays it up and in. He finishes this one. So strong on the entry, he thought that this should have been an and one. Thompson moving back, and he throws this one away. Sloppiness has been the name of this game. And that was all ball from Şengün. Castle is able to adjust on the entry. 48.2 seconds remain in this first half as Thompson subs out. 10 turnovers on both sides as Castle will get the rock. Castle. San Antonio looks. As Castle activates up, he'll move and kick it out to Wembanyama. Wembanyama on one leg. That rims out and it's popped up. A fight for the ball. Kicked out Vassell, the free. He got it! Devin Vassell! It's one possession now. 20 seconds left. Once again, 2 seconds between game clock and shot clock. Şengün goes back over to Smith. Smith moves in. Smith will kick it out. Right corner, Eason. Can't deliver it. This rebound is fought for. 5.2 seconds left. I thought that Vassell shot a little early, but no matter. Not a bad idea as this pass knocked away and it's Castle. Has a clear path. Castle fouled at the end one. 1 second left. Defense has been the calling card of this game, but offense has been a sloppy fest, a slugfest here as Castle gets the free throw, and with the buzzer beater rejected, the Spurs will lead it 51-50 after being down 50-39. It is 12 unanswered points for San Antonio to close out the half. Devin Vassell with a big three-pointer well before 25 feet out, and Stephon Castle follows up. We'll have the halftime report coming up soon in a moment.
I ain't gonna think
San Antonio closes out the first half with 12 unanswered points. 51-50 they lead after one half. Leading the way is Harrison Barnes with 11 points, freed them on three-pointers. Then after that, Keldon Johnson with 6 points, Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell, the backcourt duo, have 8 and 9 points respectively. The Rockets have taken away Victor Wembanyama's space, but San Antonio is finding more ways to get open. I'm Alec Nava, and this is the halftime report. And despite that stingy defense, it's been turnovers aplenty, and how sloppy both offenses have looked. It's 10 turnovers for the Rockets, 9 officially for the Spurs. Kevin Durant with 9 points, 10 points for Reed Shepherd off the bench. And with Josh Okogie having 9 points, Amon Thompson 8, by the way. Şengün has 6 points with 5 assists. Playing like a point forward on this lineup. Kind of like a Nikola Jokic for the Rockets. It's been a closer, and so we're looking at other scores in this halftime report. We're also going to go through team stats between both teams. Rockets are shooting 18 of 42, the Spurs 18 of 45. And 3-point shooting, the Rockets are 7 of 14, the Spurs 8 of 23. Rebounds are 23-21 Rockets. Assists 14-11 Spurs. Steals 5-4 Spurs. Blocks 3-1 Rockets. Turns to total turnovers 11 for Houston, 10 for San Antonio. And points given up off turnovers, 8. The points off turnovers are 18-12 Spurs. Fast break points 7-2 Houston. And points in the paint are evened up at 18 apiece. The Rockets have the lone technical foul as of record. And so we're looking through to Orlando Magic are up 81-76 in cup play in the group stage. These two being in the same group as it is. Jaylen Brown has 30 points as he is leading the charge for the Celtics. He's doing it on 14 of 23 shooting. His shot volume is going to dramatically increase throughout the course of the season. Meanwhile, for Orlando, it's 18 points for Franz Wagner. Paolo Banchero with 10 points, 8 rebounds. It's been by committee for all of them. Desmond Bane, their big trade acquisition, 14 points, 7 assists. And meanwhile, the Cavaliers are manhandling the Wizards. For 3 quarters, it's 109-83 Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell getting 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And speaking of Donovan Mitchell, he's coming off in one of the best games that he's ever played in his career. He's put up 46 points with 8 assists against the Philadelphia 76ers. Before that, he got 37 points with 5 assists. He's been on a roll. The Milwaukee Bucks and Chicago Bulls are going at it on a tight back and forth game. Where did the Bulls come from, though? We've been all wondering that. Matas Buzelis with 11 points for Chicago, 6 rebounds. One of the big storylines, though, has been Josh Giddey, as he is emerging into one of the big key pieces for Chicago. 9.6 assists for him. He's been improving on his 3-point shooting rate year after year. Milwaukee, on the other hand, is, of course, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo with 9 points, 3 rebounds. But who expected a breakout of Ryan Rollins? It's a 4th-year player, but immediately is paying off dividends in his starting 5. If Kyle Kuzma shifted to the bench. So other NBA Cup games include the Golden State Warriors and Denver Nuggets at 10 p.m. Eastern, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Sacramento Kings also at 10 p.m. Both and those games, of course, being at the West Coast. When you look at the NHL, here's a fun fact. Every Eastern Conference team is at 500 or above. Don't believe me? Go check the standings. Of course, the last place team in the East is the Buffalo Sabres at 5-5-4. here are 14 points. New York Rangers, 14 points. 6-6-2. This conference is loaded. It's not to be taken lightly all throughout. But what you're looking at it, the Team Canada jerseys have been unveiled. But congratulations to Alex Ovechkin on 900 career NHL goals. The first player ever to cross that plateau. He scored it against the St. Louis Blues on one of the best goals that he's ever done. Lurking in the offensive zone, bottom of the right circle, and he backhanded Jacob Chikrin's rebound past the swatting Binnington. He was spinning on the goal. Of his 900 goals, 22 have been scored against the Blues, 4 against Binnington. As we're looking at headlines around the NBA, well, Eric Spoelstra just had a fire at his home, but he's grateful for support by the Miami Fire Department. His home was destroyed by a blaze that broke out sometime around 4:30 in the morning. His children, Santiago, Dante, and Ruby, were at their mother's home at the time. Nobody was injured. So things in the house, those things can be replaced, he said. And if they can't be replaced, what does it really matter? This is really what matters. Family, the closest ones. Our dog was also safe. Thank God. We're just grateful. Grateful that everybody is safe and in a great place. It's a massive fire at the Spoelstra home, and multiple fire trucks were at the scene when he arrived. Seen walking outside the property in the pre-dawn hours, stopping and holding his head in apparent disbelief. The Heat family have offered all offered support. They even summoned the wives and girlfriends of players on the team already busy trying to help the kids. Went to school as normal. Surprise or two. So most of the home was reduced to charred rubble. Some crews remain on the scene, monitoring hotspots until early Thursday afternoon, about 8 hours after the fire was reported. Now, as the halftime report is over, we'll get to the second half up next. I'm Alec Nava saying, see you then for the second half. Does Houston have an answer in the second half? San Antonio ended the first with 12 unanswered points. After they were down 50-39, they lead at 51-50. Devin Vassell and Stefan Castle leading the charge on the backcourt, powering the energy for the speed that the Spurs provide. And now, with the Rockets needing a push, it's not been an offensive showdown by any means, because both offenses have been sloppy here to speak of. Reed Shepherd has been providing a boost from off the bench. Offensive boards have been a specialty for the Rockets. They lead the league in that. They're also the best rebounding team in the league and the best offensive team in the league, though the Spurs are a sneakily underrated defensive team. We notice how different this team is with and without Victor Wembanyama. Harrison Barnes has been a sharp-shooting three-point shooter, and early going to this game, they'll have to keep the pace going. Houston with the first possession. 5 forced turnovers, 3 offensive rebounds to end the half for San Antonio. Second half underway, 51-50. Spurs lead as the fans are coming back to their seats. Şengün fighting Durant. Both starting fives are back on the court. Şengün receives a low pass. Okogie drives it. Şengün fakes it. Now drives one on a Wembanyama. Puts one over. It rolls out. Almost had one. Wembanyama gets the offensive rebound and immediately finding Barnes. Harrison Barnes. 1-0 with Durant. And on the right, Castle doesn't shoot the free. He'll look towards the middle. He'll pass it over to Wemby. 7 rebounds. And that pass was deflected up by KD. Here's a 2-on-1. Smith to the basket. No travel on the gather step. Rockets take back the lead. Devin Vassell on that left wing moves up over to Wemby on the lob. Now back over to Vassell. On the right wing, Champagnie. Yes, sir. Julian Champagnie with the answer. A perfect shot from the start of the second half. Okogie, 1-on-1 as he drives up right. Champagnie drives him backwards. Here's Şengün now with Wemby drawing him. Şengün doubled up and is poked away. Castle takes it back. Here's Vassell, a quick free. Knocks it down. Defense to offense on the fast break, and Ime Udoka shaking his head. Amen Thompson moves up. He'll step back. Can't finish it. The Spurs have 21 points off turnovers on the night. Something that the Rockets do well at. The Spurs are giving them a taste of their own medicine. Wemby. Vassell now. As he backs up some more. Now speeds up down. Wembanyama with the two-handed slam. San Antonio picking up from where they left off in the end of that first half. A wraparound pass as Durant looks. The screen from Şengün. KD. Barnes right on him. Şengün hands it back off to KD. The hesitation fade. Finishes. Kevin Durant with a shot that makes him famous. 2:30 gone here in this opening point this second half. It's Wemby. Looks to Champagnie. Looks over the left side for Barnes. Harrison Barnes with 5. He'll step back and fire. He knocks down another one. Harrison Barnes continues to deliver. These last 5 games, he's been amazing. Ball's deflected up, and the Spurs take it back, and it's knocked away by Okogie. He saves it, but it lands onto Wembanyama's hands. Immediately a free for Champagnie, and he just airballed it. What in the world just happened? Wembanyama finishes it right down the middle. Kevin Durant, he'll move up on the move. 2 hands. Kevin Durant on the Euro. Filthy. The Rockets lead the league in dunks. Castle turns around, fades. This bounces up. Foul on the play. Loose ball foul against the Rockets. Durant gets around Wembanyama, and from there, it's no contest as he does the crossover right on him. Coming in to help out H-Town. It's the third foul against Şengün. Durant is 5 for 11 shooting. Spurs keep possession off the loose ball foul. Castle, open man is Champagny. He is fouled from behind, and that's the fourth foul on Şengün. He's going to have to sit down for a while. Alperen Şengün with 2 fouls, with possession after possession. It's a loose ball foul followed by a shooting foul, and Julian Champagny have the chance to expand the lead to 8. Champagny fires this one. Good. 63-56, and Şengün will sit down, obviously upset with the back-to-back fouls. Now he's in foul trouble. So it looks like we'll have Steven Adams come out there on the court. Second shot is good. It's not Adams, it is Tari Eason. Houston rolling with a smaller lineup this time. It's Amen Thompson who sets the screen for Durant. KD posts up. Oh, he almost made that one. He's fouled though. Has a chance to shoot 2. And we're wondering when we're going to see Adams or Capella come onto the court. It is 2 shots for Durant. Chance to cut to within 6. Make that deficit again. Durant's first shot made it. Mitch Johnson wanted to have a quick meeting with Vassell and Castle, but the officials would not let him. He's chatting with his players on the bench. Durant's second one. He got both. Wemby leads the charge back the other way as Castle. Hands one off over to Wemby. Thompson almost thrown away. Castle have to back up all the way back. 10 seconds to shoot as Castle gets back up. Wembanyama on Thompson. He's doubled up. Fouled. That is against Josh Okogie, and the fouls are mounting up for Houston. 4 on Şengün, 3 on Durant. For the Spurs, it's 3 on Barnes. The foul trouble has been common theme for the Rockets. Durant, who has 3 fouls against him, is at the right wing. First shot for Wemby. Got it. 65-58 now, here in this third quarter. In what has been a defensive game. Already the Spurs up to 14 points in this third. Rockets have 8. Second shot, he got it. It's 66-58 now as KD one-on-one with Barnes. Smith saying the screen towards him, and Durant hands off to Smith. Smith still surveying. He'll hand one off. Eason. Thompson. Amen Thompson down the lane. Thompson rejected by Wembanyama. The alien making a statement on the other end. It's rejected, but there were feet out of bounds. These two teams are 2 of the best shot blocking teams in the league. Amen Thompson felt the full force of Wembanyama. On the other end, it was Champagny who was blocked by Thompson. Wembanyama turns around, fades. That is in. Looked to be short, but he got it in. Off the baseline. Height advantage paying off dividends. Right corner, here is Eason. Answers. It was a 10-point lead, and as we mentioned earlier with the Rockets, no lead is safe. San Antonio trying to run away with this one, but you know how momentum can swing. Champagny knocks it down. The free from the left wing. Durant leading things up with more than 5 minutes gone here in the third. Thompson saying the screen all the way across left corner. The free. The finish. Josh Okogie. Right off the double team is Okogie. Guarding Wembanyama. Wemby wants to switch. He has the screen. Castle going to Wemby. There is a foul there. And Wemby's leg got stuck going to the basket. Foul is called here. San Antonio will call timeout. Wembanyama with another poster. But Kevin Durant answers back with a beautiful move and a finish. Aaron Fox is sitting out this game, but he will make his season debut tomorrow night for the San Antonio Spurs against the New Orleans Pelicans. So he will not be playing at any point tonight, but we will be monitoring his status to see how he rolls throughout. Can expect him back on the starting lineup. Spurs have the ball. They were the ones calling timeout. They're up 71-64. Castle restarts with this one. He surveys and goes to Vassell. Devin Vassell. He'll fire a free immediately. Short. And the rebound goes to Thompson. Amen Thompson leading the way with speed. Thompson lobs it back over to KD. A little high pass for him. Now back for Thompson. Watched by Sohan. Thompson. Durant on the left wing with 8. Doubled up. Gets it off quickly. Bounces off Vassell. And back the other way on a 3-on-1. Here is Champagnie. Champagnie. Too strong, but he is fouled. Okogie wanted to defend it. That's 5 team fouls against the Rockets on the quarter. A reminder, because they have fouled 5 times in the quarter, if the Rockets commit another foul, there'll be automatic free throws for the Spurs. No matter who it is. Champagnie on the first free throw. He got it. And Dylan Harper doing some non-contact drills. That's the most recent update. 5:54 minutes here in the third. Harper, the second overall pick of this year's draft. Needing something. Second shot is good too. Smith gets it inside over to Durant. 73-64. Spurs lead it. Kevin Durant moves over left. Sohan watching him. Durant with 10. Cannot find anything. Eason almost stolen away by Castle. High pass to Thompson. Thompson stutter steps. Fades. Can't hit it. Shot clock reset as Smith stole away defensive rebound. Smith can't throw it. And Adams. Foul called here though. And another one against the Rockets. That's a loose ball foul as Adams has to call against him. Yes, Keldon Johnson getting 2 free throws because Adams was contesting a loose ball foul, even though Adams was the one falling. He did not agree with that. A chance to expand the lead to 11. Keldon Johnson. 7 points off the bench, and he's got another. And the Spurs, they've been rallying back from the second quarter onwards. Second shot, got both. And this is with Wembanyama on the bench. Amen Thompson leads the way. And at one point, Wembanyama was minus 16 with him on the floor. The Rockets just can't seem to get out their own way in this game. Smith on the right corner. Eason a free. Yes, sir. Tari Eason pulls it to within 8. 5 minutes left on this quarter. As it's on the right side. Castle from the logo. Sohan saying the screen. Castle had it knocked away. Sohan saves it. Gets it up left corner. Johnson the free. Too far. Rebounds tipped and grabbed by Thompson. On the right is Eason. He's available there. Almost stolen away by Castle, but it's Smith. Jabari Smith Jr. under fire from Castle. It is Durant watched by Sohan. Şengün still on the bench. Durant's doubled up. And he almost lost it. Durant under fire, gets it up over to Adams. And a wide open Thompson. Blown coverage from the Spurs as they were trying to double up Durant. San Antonio wanting the answer here. Castle over to Sohan on a dangerous pass. He backs out. Here goes to Champagnie. Julian Champagnie. He'll move up. Champagnie lobs one up. Sohan falls down. Can't finish. And here's KD. Eason sets up at the right corner. Durant. Turnover again. Here's Vassell. Up ahead. Sohan. Oh, he got ran over. Amen Thompson looked like a speeding linebacker running towards Sohan to try to defend it. Kevin Durant hit the home run ball that time around. And they're going to wait and see if this is anything more than just a personal. Whereas it's being reviewed to see if it is a flagrant foul. Though Thompson, a defensive specialist, he tried to get the ball away, he just grabbed his arm. Well, that looked like a cell. Does it look like a cell job or not? It looked like there was a chop there from Thompson, but Sohan looked like he sold that one right afterwards. and nonetheless, Stan Van Gundy is just flaming Sohan. Regardless, it's the third foul on Thompson. And the refs are deliberating if this is going to be upgraded. It's a flagrant 1 foul on Thompson. So it's 2 free throws for the Spurs, and they get possession back. You see the windup. That's enough for the officials to say it's a flagrant. The windup and follow through was right there, but also at the same time it was a sell job. Let's not sugarcoat this. We don't know if that's even going to be a foul. This was the 90s. It decided Sohan's face. So there's 3:50 left in the third. Sohan shooting 2. After that, the Spurs will keep possession. Chance to expand this to at most 11 points. Sohan's first shot. He sunk it. So this is one of those rare times in this current time of the year in which I'm doing play-by-play. So I'm usually busy during this time, but wanted to cover this. The second shot. Knocked it down 2. It's an 8-point lead. You know, it's the Spurs. They're capitalizing off the Rockets' miscues and fouls. Thompson subs out. Shepard comes in. Şengün still shaking his head. We have not seen him ever since he got his 4th foul. Devin Vassell towards the right. Watched by Eason. Kicked out left corner. It is Vassell. Off the top of the backboard. Adams gets the rebound. He'll be handed up over to Eason. Tari Eason looks for something. On the left side, KD draws a double. Visibility limited. He almost took it away. That one batted out. San Antonio saying that it should be their ball, but it'll stay with the Rockets. Durant's doing a good job drawing doubles. The Spurs are attacking the ball, making sure that Durant is the focal point. Coming after the Stars now as Reed Shepard comes in. Jordan McLaughlin and Victor Wembanyama both back. Shepard with 5. And a foul here. Sohan wanted to operate around Durant. He got him with a shove. It's just a second foul against San Antonio. Shot clock reset to 14, but a sloppy pass. And here's McLaughlin, who lays it in. You wonder when Ime Udoka is going to call timeout. 3:12 to go here in the third. As Eason lost it. And another turnover. It's a backcourt violation. The Rockets have not called timeout at any point of this quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the Spurs. The Spurs have turned it over just once in this quarter. The Rockets, 7 times. Here's McLaughlin as he gets it up over to Sohan. Sohan. He traveled. That's just the second one. And Mitch Johnson is upset. And a timeout called here by Houston. Finally. 2:59 to go here in the third. superfan Big Red leading the charge for the Spurs on the sections. Oh man. Even as a fan of the opposing team, he is so dedicated to his team. That faith is a true diehard fan. So we're back here in San Antonio. It's Thompson, it's Shepard. Şengün's finally back this late in the third quarter. Amen Thompson activates up and backs out. Now it's KD. From inside, he's fouled and one! From mid-range! Chance for free and KD, who by his standards has not been having a great night, but he'll take any chance he can get. 17 points, and it's a shot at 17 points, a shot at 18, where he is 4 for 4 from the line. Now make it 5 for 5. And Houston not done with yet, down by 10. Just 9 offensive rebounds. The Spurs have 7 of them. 21-11, the second chance points in favor of San Antonio. The Rockets have turned over the ball 18 times, with the Spurs getting 27 points off of them. Johnson feeds it back. Here's Barnes. Another one. Harrison Barnes with another tray. He's now 5 for 7, shooting from long range. Şengün's back on the court. He has just 6 points, but the 4 fouls don't help. And this one bounced off the rim. Wembanyama beats up Adams, and he gets involved in a wrestling match with Thompson. And that looked like it's going to be a jump ball. And was a jump ball between one player and Wembanyama? Good luck. Thompson must use all the athleticism that he can get and try and get this jump ball. Wembanyama can play this game so effortlessly. The jump ball is getting set. It's up. Grabbed by McLaughlin. Wembanyama, tape to tape. Wembanyama fouled on the entry to the basket. A shoulder shake from Wemby. That's 2. Good job by McLaughlin immediately to find Wembanyama, who goes stride for stride on the way to the basket. He draws the foul, and even though he's not having a good game for his standards, and playing his game to where he needs to. First shot's good. It's an 11-point game now. De'Aaron Fox has to be happy. It's the Harrison Barnes game in NBA Cup action. De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper both out. Second shot, that's good too. Durant and company need an answer. They need a pulse. And one of those factors that can bring some light being Şengün, of course. Reed Shepard gets open. The give and go between him and Thompson. Thompson posts up. And that bounces out. Şengün can't follow. Third try. And a foul is called against San Antonio. Steven Adams with the board. In this double big lineup between him and Şengün. That's a loose ball foul, so Houston keeps possession. Shepard surveys, gets a screen from Şengün. The feed to him. And the delivery. It's a 10-point game. It is less than 9 seconds to go here in the third. 84-74, San Antonio still leads. Johnson up for Wembanyama. Wembanyama off the glass, can't get it. Adams the rebound. Shepard, far side now. From the logo, moves around McLaughlin. Shepard stepping back, trying to move around McLaughlin again. Adams the screen to give to him. Adams fouled, lays it in. Chance to cut this to within 7. Wembanyama draws one against him. And Adams can make this to a 7-point game. The big lineup is starting to wear on San Antonio now. with the utilization as Wembanyama. Adams makes the free throw. And with Wembanyama, of course, the danger here is that the bigger you are, the more prone you are to fouls. However, he can adjust. As is McLaughlin, who finds Keldon Johnson. Back over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin running shot. Doesn't go. Wembanyama to rebound. The second chance is good from McLaughlin. Wembanyama says, I got your back. Here's Shepard. Right back the other way as he shifts left. Right on Adams. All the way to Thompson. Now Şengün as he moves in. Şengün with Sohan matching up. Durant. And it looks like Wembanyama fell down alongside Adams as Durant, on 1 foot, hits a shot. Wembanyama, a little upset about that one, as no foul was called on that scuffle. It is 6 seconds of difference between shot clock and game clock as Wembanyama shakes off Shepard. Thompson tried to steal. McLaughlin fakes the free, and it's mishandled by Barnes, taken away by Şengün. Houston now has the last shot. They can cut this to within 4 at the minimum. Swings it out. Shepard, Şengün fakes it and takes it. Big shot at the buzzer! Alperen Şengün! Houston cuts it to a 4-point game, and that's where we'll be at to start the fourth. 4 fouls against them, no problem. It's a 4-point game. The fourth quarter is next. San Antonio looked to get up by double digits for most of that third quarter, but at the end, it was the Rockets who made things interesting at the end of that quarter, and now it is a 4-point game. In terms of foul trouble, we're going to look at those stats right now. Şengün at 4 fouls, Durant, Thompson, Okogie each at 3. Barnes, Wembanyama, and Sohan all at 3 fouls each. Kevin Durant at 20 points on 7 of 13 shooting, 5 of 5 on free throws. He has just 1 rebound. And on the other side, You have Victor Wembanyama, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He has 1 block, turned over the ball 4 times. An uncharacteristic game for Wembanyama, as he has looked far from his dominant self as of late. Stephon Castle. Keldon Johnson from Joey Champagnie. Now back over to Castle from the logo. Missed it. Johnson saves it just barely. And Champagnie gets an open look. Bang! Bang! What a save by Johnson. 89-82, the Spurs lead. Eason to Thompson. Amen Thompson. Wide open is Shepherd. Cannot answer as Wembanyama gets the rebound. Castle again. Stephon Castle will throw it all the way across. Champagnie one more time. This time cannot finish. Johnson gives him a second look. And missed another one. Şengün bobbled the rebound but gets it. Thompson. Looked like a 1-3-1 out there as Şengün. He'll fire a free again. Too far. And it's Champagnie on the rebound. Şengün's been shooting more frees ever since Ime Udoka became the head coach of the Rockets. Here's another free from the Spurs. That almost was a wedgie. And Steven Adams was helped out by Amen Thompson for this rebound. Shepherd. 3-point volume has been excellent for the Rockets here. Shepherd tries one and knocks it down. Reed Shepherd. He's been exploding for the Rockets so far in this game and has arguably been the team's best player tonight. Champagnie. Castle and Champagnie trying to confuse the Rockets defense. Wembanyama from mid-range. Rolled in and out, but this rebound for Johnson. Wembanyama. Oh, a nice Euro. The alien. Keldon Johnson's offensive rebounding has been the tail of the tape in the early stages of this quarter. For San Antonio, Eason and Shepherd play some catch. Now here's Thompson right corner. Short. And that's been a recurring theme for Amen Thompson in this career. Barnes trying to drive. Gave it up over to Adams. It was bobbled once, but moving up is Eason. Up to the basket. Left corner. And Shepherd mishandled it, but he keeps it. Shepherd moves it up. Şengün, one-on-one with Barnes. Şengün from the free throw line. Got it. Alperen Şengün saying, I am not done yet. In a game in which he has been uncharacteristically cold, he has 13 points and 7 rebounds. And has given up. Whistle here, though. A foul was called on the play before Castle had the giveaway. Keldon Johnson's offensive rebounding has been a valuable asset for the Spurs ever since he first arrived to the team. And Wembanyama, of course, loves those feeds right off the give and goes. Third foul against Reed Shepherd, and Wembanyama makes them pay for that foul. 93-87, Spurs still lead it. And Wemby has 16 points on what has been one of his colder games. Shepherd to Şengün, same place where he shot the last shot. Wembanyama's another block. His second. He did not even jump on that play. Wembanyama, right corner. No free there. Is a one-on-one try as Johnson tried to drive in. On Şengün, trying to find space. Şengün would not let him. Castle. Bank shot. On the layup. Hard drive. The finish. Johnson has 5 dimes on the night. Shepherd looks from the Frostbank Center logo. Now he activates up. Foul on the play. Or rather, a timeout. That's going to be the Rockets. 8:15 left in this fourth quarter as the Spurs have their lead up to 8. We'll be returning in a moment. Victor Wembanyama, as he Euros around Steven Adams, as he steps around creatively finding ways to score, and defensively, he did not even have to jump to block Alperen Şengün's shot. That's a danger. When you try to shoot in his direction, you're facing the risk that he blocks it. The Spurs are shooting 53% on layups and dunks, and Şengün has it at one, as he got hard contact on the way to the basket. 8:09 to go here in the fourth. Wembanyama has his fourth foul against him this time. Though both the centers on the starting lineups have 4 fouls against. Şengün got the tip right on Wembanyama's face, and Şengün sinks the and one. It's a 5-point game. Wemby staying on the court. 8:05 to go here, fourth quarter, as Johnson sets up right side. Castle looking back. Johnson now to left. Champagnie all the way back. Johnson. Castle again. 1-0 of Okogie. Okogie stingy with it. And a foul call. You have Okogie trying to steal. Second foul against Houston on this quarter. Here's San Antonio keeping possession. The shot clock reset. 95-90 day lead. Castle up the middle. The alley-oop to Wemby. Victor Wembanyama makes it look easy. And a timeout called by Houston after that. 97-90. Spurs still lead. They have led for the entirety of the second half after the opening points from the Rockets. '97-90 as the Spurs come out this timeout on the Twitch chat. Fat Laces Piccola, great game so far. The offense did pick up in the third quarter. We'll see how this ends out in the fourth. Spurs entered the second half leading 51-50. They scored 35 points in the third. The Rockets have scored 32. It is a 97-90 lead as the offenses still are picking up. Shepard just got it out for Şengün as he was getting hounded all around by Castle. Kevin Durant moves up and through tight coverage almost had it roll in, and Şengün with the second tip. He gets it going off the first miss from KD, and Vassell answers back. Devin Vassell gets the energy going around this arena. Durant moves right onto the paint. He's doubled, rolled out, but a loose ball foul. That's not going to work for San Antonio. And Durant felt he was fouled on the shot. Wembanyama gets his fifth foul of the game. And if he gets one more, he is gone. Though Durant felt like he was fouled when shooting, but Wembanyama and Şengün were contesting for the rebound. Wembanyama shoved Şengün right on the mouth. That was clear. It was a clear foul. Does that look like a flagrant one is the question. He got the full palm right on his mouth. Oof. That is not pretty. 18 points for Wembanyama, 5 fouls against. The officials are reviewing this play to see if it's going to be upgraded to flagrant 1. Şengün sitting down for this moment. Here's the verdict. It is a flagrant 1. Houston will keep possession of the ball after the 2 free throws. Şengün is shooting both. So Wembanyama in disbelief. So the call stands. The call is upgraded to flagrant 1. Wembanyama has 5 fouls against him. Currently have 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. One more, he's out. You have to maintain the integrity of the game. Fans chanting flopper as they thought that Şengün sold that contact. First shot is good. Though in honesty, if you get the full palm onto your face and get pushed like that, it's going to get hard to sell that. And he makes both. Chance to cut to a 1-possession game. Wemby off the floor. The Spurs trying to get to a quicker lineup. Smaller but quicker. 194 Spurs lead. They have led for all but 1 possession of the second half. Durant, he'll fire the free. Too far. Rebound tipped. And it'll go to Vassell. San Antonio needed a defensive rebound that time. And they got it. Given that Houston's been threatening to strike back, they've only managed to cut to within 2 possessions. Kicked out over to Barnes. All time to shoot. 6 threes. Harrison Barnes has been electric. Kevin Durant wanted to go right back with this one. Durant gathers, draws contact, and that's a charge. 7 turnovers for Durant tonight, and that's his 4th foul. Barnes takes the pick from KD, and with the Spurs leading up by 9, Rockets need a comeback here, but these two are evenly matched defensively. Champagnie doesn't shoot. Castle, Johnson, wide open is Barnes at the right corner. Somebody has to cover him. Nothing there, and Johnson keeps his one alive. Another offensive rebound for him. Shepard tried to steal it. And the ball's poked away. Okogie had it knocked away. Here's Durant as he drives. Slam! And a timeout called afterwards. 5:51 to go. San Antonio with a TO. 103-96. Their lead. We'll stay with you here, as it is a 30-second timeout. Kevin Durant with the slam right after the poke from Josh Okogie. A lost ball turnover by Vassell. And this can get very interesting down the line. The Rockets are shooting 12 of 23 from deep. The Spurs 16 of 40. A high volume of three-point shots for San Antonio. Of course, it's been Harrison Barnes who's been shooting like Steph Curry. He is 6 of 9 from deep. Julian Champagnie 4 of 10. Devin Vassell 4 of 9. The other threes coming from Lindy Waters III and Jordan McLaughlin. Most of the bench minutes have been eaten up by Keldon Johnson and Jeremy Sohan. Mitch Johnson trusts the both of them to get action. The Rockets need answers defensively. Can you mix and match Reed Shepard, Steven Adams, Tari Eason at any given moment? Shepard staying out there on the court. These two teams have combined for 35 turnovers. The Spurs lead in points off turnovers 27-24, but they have not recorded a point off a turnover in this quarter. 5:50 to go as we get back here. Castle. Stephon Castle looks. He'll move up. Right on Şengün. Almost lost the handle. Castle onto the right corner. The kick. And that's out of bounds for Champagnie. Turnover number 17 for San Antonio. And his foot was indeed on the line, so that's out of bounds. The Rockets trying to cut back onto the Spurs' lead. Shepard to Durant. Şengün now. Şengün gets away from Castle. Slams it down with authority. Şengün. That rack had a family. Castle a wide open free. That rimmed out. He has not hit a three-pointer on the night. For as much as we want to talk about Harrison Barnes' frees. Final 5 upcoming here in this regulation period. Şengün backs up. Now Durant. Kevin Durant. Shepard wanting to get open. Şengün with control. Doubled up. Şengün to Thompson. Fakes. Posts up. Lays it in. It's a one-possession game. Amen Thompson getting the feed from Şengün. And he is hungry. Back-to-back timeouts for the Spurs. We'll step away. Three-point game. Spurs still lead it. Although the lead has been cut to 3 points. 103-100. The Rockets are basically like the Undertaker right now. They look like they were left for dead in the third quarter. But Undertaker steps up. And sits up, rather. The largest lead for San Antonio was 12 points. For Houston, it was 11. Might have that reverse, but similar leads between the two of them. Wembanyama, Castle, Champagny, right corner. Splash! Julian Champagny, right after the timeout, immediately going to work. Reed Shepherd backs up all the way towards the logo. Şengün. Shepherd lofts one deep. Yes, sir! Reed Shepherd answers. It's 106-103 now. And Shepherd has been matching every shot. 16 points for him off the bench. Wembanyama wide open. Castle! How did he get that wide open? 108-103 now. As we cut to within less than 4 to go. Clock showing 3:42. Şengün to the middle. Durant, 1-0 of Wembanyama. Wembanyama still on him. Durant drives, missed the dunk, but is fouled. Thompson misses a practice free. But this is going to get real interesting. It's going to be on Castle. That's his second. Wembanyama playing on 5 fouls. Castle gets away onto the high post with nobody watching there. He picks up a personal, and Durant shooting 2. First shot's good. That's the 5th foul against San Antonio on the quarter. So the Rockets will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Durant, a University of Texas alum, the city of Austin, more north up I-35 from here. Durant's second shot. And that's good. Off the bounce. 108-105. Spurs still lead it, but the Rockets can tie it with 1 free. Ideally, you want to give it to Shepherd. Castle fakes and then goes to Wembanyama. 1-0 Şengün. The drive. Can't finish. Castle to rebound. Here's Champagny. Yes, sir! Julian Champagny on the follow-up. Thompson. Ball go to Şengün. And here's Şengün. Layup doesn't go. The second chance is tipped up. A foul is called, however. And that's Castle, who gets another foul against him. A tough shot for Wembanyama, but Champagny with the open look says, no problem. I'll handle this myself. Thompson shooting 2. His first shot is good. Rattled it in. It was Castle getting the foul against him. And back and forth we continue on. It's one thing to catch up to them. It's another thing to pass them. That term has been used in motorsports. Second shot is good. It's been used in motorsports, but we can apply it here in basketball. 3:10 to go here in the fourth. Castle looks Vassell's way. Goes to Wembanyama instead as he was looking to set up the screen. 1-0 Şengün. Wembanyama trying to blow by. Hooks one up. Stayed out. But the second effort goes. It's Castle. A sky-high tip. Şengün on for Durant. Durant looks on the baseline. Thompson. Şengün. Give and go. Right corner. Okogie. Can't hit it. Gets his own rebound. Okogie. Misses man. That was supposed to be Şengün. Vassell. The alley-oop. The give back. Castle. Stephon Castle waits. Here's Champagny. Castle back for Wembanyama. Watch 1-on-1 by Thompson. Wembanyama fades. Knocks it through. Wembanyama. He is inevitable. on high stakes intensity. Both teams need their guys to step up on the brightest lights. The Spurs are delivering exactly that. Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and Devin Vassell, of course, leading the charge. But how about Joey Champagnie, the unsung hero, the team leader in points with 22? Rockets have one timeout left. As Durant, he'll fade this one. Airballed it. Thompson picks it up. Here's Shepherd. Bounced out. Resets the shot clock. And falling down was one Rocket. Okogie. But it's a foul against Houston. Harrison Barnes got the defensive rebound. It was a loose ball foul against Okogie. And Tari Eason will check back in. Houston knows they need three-pointers, so they're going to put in one of their three-point specialists on the court. Castle trying to bleed clock away. The lead is 115-107. Castle over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama watched by Şengün. Wemby on 5 fouls. Gets it off to Castle. Champagnie, another three. And the double team helped that time as he was hurried up on the shot. Contested that one. 127. The Rockets have to shoot now. Lobbed up Durant. Looking. Knocked away by Champagnie. And a steal from them. 20 turnovers against the Rockets, but a travel on Castle. And 18 for San Antonio after that travel. Mitch Johnson's upset. 21-18. The stat that nobody wants to lead in this turnover-filled contest. 1:18 to play, and you cannot give your opponent's life. Şengün surveys on the left side. 1-0 Barnes. Şengün looks, and a foul called against Barnes. 1:11 to play. Şengün's going to shoot two. And you do not want to put teams over the limit at this point of the game. And you do not want them scoring at any point. Şengün shooting two. Spurs fans getting loud as their team wanting to cap off the statement. First shot is in and out. He's a career 70% free throw shooter. Okogie gets back in the place of Shepherd for defensive purposes. And we'll see how the Rockets ride things out. 22-8-8. And that's despite being in foul trouble throughout this game. He had 4 fouls. And San Antonio had their original starting 5 tonight. Şengün's second shot, good. Down to 7 points. Whistle here. It's a delay of game violation against the Rockets. Spurs wanting to inbound, they do. Vassell over to Barnes. Nearing 1 minute to go here in regulation. Spurs trying to, at the very least, hang on. Rockets trying to force overtime. Champagnie moves it up. Wembanyama waiting clock out. Champagnie. Another extra pass. Vassell. That bounced out. And an offensive rebound by Champagnie. The pass blocked. And it's grabbed by Okogie. Long pass. It's nearly intercepted. Thompson can't fall on it. The Spurs pick it up. Wembanyama gets the bounce to him. And it's off the backboard to cap off one of the craziest sequences this game has ever seen. It looks like we're watching bumper carts out here. Offensive rebound by Champagnie, but a good poke by Okogie to get this one away. Amen Thompson flopped on it, trips, and as Şengün was trying to restart momentum, just as Wembanyama hits the free throw, and as Şengün was trying to activate up, it bounced onto Wembanyama, who lofted it from half court. His free throw essentially just sealed the deal. Fans chanting MVP. In game number 8, he's 2 for 2. That essentially is the dagger. How crazy has this game been for both the right and wrong reasons for both teams? Şengün tries a free. That's too far. Thompson gets the rebound. His foot was on the line. Short. Castle grabs it. That's this. Thompson takes it away. And Okogie gets denied a dunk. Şengün would not be denied. With 20.8 left. Barnes. An intentional foul by Durant. 18.9 on the clock. Wembanyama checking out here. But turnovers have been the story of this game. It has not been a pretty game. But it's one of those Picasso-style arts where it's chaotic art, which it can be a cult classic. Harrison Barnes, the best three-point shooter tonight, shooting 2. The first shot is good. 118 to 110. And a game in which Barnes is going to remember to start off NBA Cup play in this juggernaut of a group. Second shot is good. That's a group that includes the Warriors, Nuggets, and another team on the rise in the Portland Trail Blazers. Coached by former Spur Thiago Splitter. Exclamation point by Barnes. Harrison Barnes capping off an excellent game for the Spurs. And all these points matter here is another turnover by the Rockets, which has been the story of the night. This should do it. The San Antonio Spurs with the statement, "We are here." (121 to 110) the final score. Harrison Barnes with 6 3-pointers on the night, 24 points on 8 of 11 shooting. On a fun matchup, Julian Champagnie and Victor Wembanyama, each with 22 on the night. Champagnie 6 of 13 on threes. It was going to come down to who survives the physical game here. And San Antonio survived this one. In a game in which the Rockets turned over the ball 23 times, the Spurs had 20 turnovers. In terms of steals, Champagnie recorded 6, Devin Vassell 4, Harrison Barnes, Stefan Castle each 2, Victor Wembanyama with 2 blocks, Castle at the other one. 1 each in terms of steals from Keldon Johnson and Jordan McLaughlin. And on the other side, it's 4 steals for Josh Okogie, 1 each for Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün who had a block, Amen Thompson who also had a block, 2 steals from Tari Eason, 1 from Steven Adams, 1 from Reed Shepherd. Among those turnovers, 8 came from Durant, 5 from Eason, 3 each from Şengün, Okogie, and Thompson, 5 from Castle, 3 from Sohan, 4 from Wembanyama, 2 each from Barnes, Champagnie, and Johnson. Şengün was the best performing Rocket, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists on this night. Wembanyama 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Castle with a game-high 13 assists. He finished with 14 points, and that's despite him not making a three-pointer. From San Antonio, I'm Alec Nava saying good night from Frostbank Center.